Hey y'all, Happy New Year. We're having our first funeral at our church tomorrow. One of our church members, a very beautiful lady, a retired nurse. She's lost two of her children and her spouse, and she passed last month, and we're having her funeral tomorrow. So what we're doing is baked chicken, dirty rice, green beans with potatoes, Hawaiian rolls, and I'm baking the cakes. And here's the stuff I use for the dirty rice. And because it's so much, I got 4 to 2 pound things of Savoys. You use this. And I got the Jimmy Dean roll sausage from Sam's. And I also got a 5 pound thing of ground beef. It's at the church already. I'm making 2 of the golden cakes with the buttercream icing. I needed sugar. I had flour from before. And I'm making 1 chocolate cake. I got the sour cream for the yellow cakes. Oh, and I'm doing 1, 2, 3. I'm doing 4 cakes, but I had white cake mix and what you call it? Jello left over from our feeding last month. So I'm gonna make that. I needed 1 thing of powdered sugar. There's my butter. Also, I have bell pepper, green onion, and onion for the dirty rice. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this up. And we have the chopped garlic already at church. I bought that and took that over there. This was supposed to go to church, but I forgot. I got that from Walmart. And then I got the eggs. So I got 4 cakes times 8 eggs, so it's 32. So I have 4 left over. All right, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Make someone smile. What's up? Bye. Talking all that time, I had y'all on pause. Happy New Year, y'all. Happy New Year. This is January the 5th. This is my first day back at work in the new year. Thank God for a job, right? The job is just a resource. God is our source. Always remember that. And y'all know, I think I may have mentioned this before. I'm really behind on posting my videos, which y'all will get a lot of views anyway, but I'm still gonna post every single one of them. I sure am. But there was there's been an influx in YouTubers, content creators unaliving themselves. And it saddens me, and I have a lot of questions. It is so foggy till I really just can't see. And so I'm driving really, really slow. Well, I'm not driving really, really slow. It's 40 something, but I know it's a traffic signal. Okay, I see the red lights. That helped me because I knew it was a traffic signal up here. The light must have just turned green because nobody's really moving that fast. It is really foggy. But anyway, it's like it's getting a little better up here. So I feel like a lot of what's going on in the world is a lot of what should be our private lives we're publicizing. And we're publicizing what's private, and then the public has opinions about it. And I'm beginning to think that's really unhealthy. It's unhealthy. Your whole life shouldn't be an open book. And I think what happens, people just get overwhelmed. You know what I mean? Trying to keep up this facade of a life that maybe they live, maybe they don't. You know, and we see a lot of traveling, a lot of questionable relationships. You see, you know, I even question sometimes are some of these creators actually having kids, having children for content? Now that may sound crazy to some, but sometimes it just seems a little suspect. But anyway, I'm not here to judge. All I'm saying is when you do things when it's not led by God, it's confusion. God don't mess. And so when you're living a life and you're not letting God lead you or guide you, or asking you for guidance or asking you for leadership, it could get hard for you. It really can. I'll tell you that. It can get hard for you. Yeah, it's my first day back and I'm like a couple of minutes late, but that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, she's been here though. All right, y'all. Y'all be blessed. I'll holler at y'all later. Bye. Happy Thursday, y'all. Today is Thursday, January the 8th. I remember what was the name of that video? And this man said, I don't work January the 8th. What was it? I think he said January the 8th because it's Elvis' birthday. What was that movie? Y'all remember? Anyway, how's everybody doing? I was looking at the news and I saw the situation where the lady in Minnesota was shot by the ICE agent. And it saddened me because I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but there has been an increase in the amount of people, successful people, committing either killing themselves and others. And it was bothering me, and I just sitting there and I was in thought, and I was like, for some reason to me it seems like there's more hate in the world and more sadness. And you know how I don't suffer from mental illness, thank God. And if you do, I'm praying for you, and I pray that things get better. But what I see from what I gather is, and Maria Shriver, when Rob Reiner and his wife were murdered by their son, she came on and she was saying that people needed to talk with the president and let him know that the office that he in, you know, could actually be a place where there could be coordination. We can get together and change things for the better. And, you know, she was just saying, you know, let them know that some of the things you do, you don't know what type of situation a person is in. And when they hear all that negativity and they're liars, they're this and they're that sometimes that creates, I may not be able to wait here. Sometimes that just, I don't know. All I know, all I can tell y'all, all I know to be true is this: love could heal a lot of illnesses. A lot of ailments, a lot of illnesses. Just a better mindset, more love, more peace, more compassion, more empathy. You know, it's when I saw it, I was like, Lord have mercy. I don't have all the answers because I ain't God. But it's so sad. And that lady has 3 children. And for them to have access to that, you know, it's just, oh my God, it's just so sad. And you know, I that's why, like, things be happening around here locally. I'm not even aware of it most times because the news just saddens me. The state of the world is scary. Oh Lord. And I know, you know, people have opinions because I have opinions. And the thing is, though, like, when things like say you're watching a TV show or you're watching something a person posts, and you may see something, she could do this better, she could do that better. Am I offended if somebody offered me advice? I'm not. And you know, I know a lot of people are, but I'm not. Like, one lady told me, she said, you know, when you're using your cutting board, she said if you put a wet towel under there, it'll stay, it won't move. And you know, if I would have been offended because she made a suggestion, I wouldn't have known that that's a fact. That works. Oh, here, I'm in the line here at Sonic and they're moving slow. I may have to leave. Anyway, all I want is a cup, a drink. But because they are so slow today, yeah, I think I'm going to bail out. They're moving too slow. I'm going to go ahead and go to work. My assistant is not there today. It's just me. So this was a blank trip. But yeah, so if whatever you can spread, you know, and just be kind, you know, just be kind. I go on, like, I be looking for advice, or I be looking for situations, or how you handle this, or how you handle that. What did you do in a situation like this? And people on Reddit be having some good ideas. Now, I've seen people complain and say people are negative, but sometimes negative is true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was having a conversation with somebody. They said, "You're always negative." Well, if I'm stating facts and the facts are negative, it's just what it is. You know, if 99% of the time, if you do this, something negative happens, and that's the information I give, then it is. You know, that's what the situation. That's the consequences for those actions. And it's like that sometimes, y'all. It really is. And I tell people, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but if 1 and 2 is going to be 3 every day, and you got 1 and 2, that's going to be 3. And some people don't like that. But anyway, I'm all over the place. I'm rambling, but I really, every time, and just like that, did y'all see, was it in Ohio where a dentist and his wife were murdered? And they showed on a video where they had seen someone walking in that area at that same time. And they were saying that upon further review, I guess they went back and they just looked at all avenues. They said that there had been a domestic abuse call, and the lady said that was okay, that they didn't need to send anybody out. And so they were wondering if that picture perfect relationship they were showing was actually something else. And we don't know. You don't know what, if a person don't tell you, you don't really know what goes on in people's homes. You really don't. You don't. Unless they share, like if they were going through marital problems, or there was domestic abuse, if she never said anything and no one ever saw anything, a mark on her, you wouldn't know. You just wouldn't know. So I don't know. But they said that the kids, it was 2 or 3 children. They had 2 or 3 kids, and those children were there. They found the kids there in that house. I was like, Lord have mercy. It's just so much going on in the world, and it's just I've learned to put all my faith and all my trust in God. You know, that's where my peace lies. Having that trust in Him. All right, y'all. I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all be blessed, be safe, make someone smile, take care of yourself and each other, like Lester Holt used to say. Much love. Bye.